I'm back with another Batmobile, and today we're going to be looking at the Eaglemoss Batmobile from Batman and Robin #1. Now, Batman and Robin is not a series that I normally read, but ironically, I did have a copy of this first issue, which was written by Grant Morrison, and has the fantastic stylized artwork of Frank Quitely. Now, spoiler alert, it's not Bruce Wayne under the cape and cowl with this run of Batman. In this series of Batman and Robin called Batman Reborn, we have one of my favorite DC characters assuming the mantle of the Bat, and we have the son of Batman, Damian Wayne, as Robin. What we also get in this book is a very slick, modern take on the Batmobile. It's a Batmobile that can patrol the streets of Gotham, and the dynamic duo can deploy the fins of the car and take to the skies if necessary. This model of the Batmobile was featured heavily throughout the beginning of Batman and Robin #1, and it's quickly become one of my favorite designs. Actually, the first time I saw this Batmobile was not in Batman and Robin, but in issue #1 of the New 52 Batman. At the beginning of that book, there's this really awesome image of the Batcave. You get this great shot of several of the Batmobiles on standby. You see the current vehicles, and there's even one that sort of resembles the '89 Batmobile there. And then you get this modern Batman and Robin Batmobile. So let's take a look at the magazine before we check out the model. As always, the magazine is filled with information and great visuals related to the Batmobile, and it also tells you a little bit about what was going on in the Batman universe at the time of its release. Now, something I thought was interesting was this little blurb here about the concept design and Frank Quitely's vision for this Batmobile. It reads, "Initially inspired by an unused Alex Ross Batman cover that featured a flying Batmobile, Frank Quitely decided his vehicle would have multiple driving configurations and a design that reflected an era focused on global warming and economic recession. From his initial sketches, it is clear that Frank wanted the 2009 Batmobile to be compact and curvy, with large fenders and a two-man cockpit." I'm a big fan of Alex Ross, so I thought it was pretty cool that Quitely's design of this Batmobile was based on Ross's work. So we also have in the magazine the street mode blueprints here, and you can see that the car looks a little bit different compared to when the fins are deployed for flight. It's a little bit more compact. And of course, on the fold-out, it shows you some of the schematics of the Batmobile. And I won't read all of these. You can pause the video and read those if you want. So, let's open up the display case and take a closer look at the backdrop. Now, as always with Eaglemoss, it comes with a 3D lenticular, and this one's really neat. It comes from a panel early in the issue where Batman and Robin are chasing down Toad and some goons. And this part here on the left of the panel is from where the Batmobile launches a missile to try and disable Toad's car. And the other side of the panel is the image of one of the goons leaning out of the window, just shooting up at the Batmobile. It's a great action shot to accompany the diorama. Now the base is just an image of the street that they're zipping down, and I think actually at this point they're in a tunnel. And the Batmobile is attached to this street base with a clear flight stand. Now, looking at this Batmobile up close under the light, you can really appreciate the detail that's gone into it. The sculpting of the retracted tires underneath, and the tires are made from rubber. And something I didn't notice until I held it at a certain angle under the light, Eaglemoss actually included the bucket seats in the cockpit. You can kind of see it there. The windshield is this thick red plastic on the model, so you can't really see inside the cockpit, especially if the model is inside the diorama. So I think it's awesome that even though it's something you don't really see, Eaglemoss took that extra step and included that little detail. And just looking at the car from different angles, again, you can see that they were really faithful to the source material. Something else I didn't notice until I took it out of the case, when you look at it from the top, of course you get the Bat logo from the red windshield, but the design of the car itself, it really resembles Batman's cowl. The fins on the back are like the ears, and the headlights on the front, those are kind of like the eyes. You can sort of see it, right? Now, like all the Eaglemoss Batmobiles, this model is a combination of die-cast metal, plastic, and as I mentioned, the tires are rubber. And all of the black on the top has this almost translucent, glittery effect. I'm not really sure what it's called. To me, it always looks like a bowling ball or something, the way the material kind of shines against the light there. Either way, I think it's really cool because it adds this modern, futuristic look to the Batmobile. In closing, guys, this model was a real surprise for me. We all have our favorites, but seeing this Batmobile in model form, it really made me appreciate the design. It's a really interesting and futuristic take on the car. And I guess because of the black and the red and the fact that it can fly, it really reminds me of another favorite of mine, the Batmobile from Batman Beyond. And I can't wait for Eaglemoss to release an issue for that one. But, you know, this Batmobile is equally cool. I'd love to know what you guys think. Please feel free to leave any comments or questions. I always love reading what you guys have to say. As always, I appreciate you guys watching and, of course, subscribing. So, we've been looking at the Eaglemoss Batman Automobilia issue number 15, the Batmobile from Batman and Robin number 1. Again, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.